Hi, everybody. Should we wait for a minute or should we start?
Just wait a bit.
Yeah.
I still see participants coming in.
Yes, 19 participants already joined. We should wait for a couple of seconds. Yeah. The participants is ticking. They're joining. Yeah. Well, we can start now. The 1 minute over. Distinguished participants around the globes, dear presenters and speakers. I, Alok Majumdar, welcome you all in the session. Steps in the shoes of rural asset manager. May I ask you to present the slides? Because I see only, I don't see in the slide in the screen. Yes. As I said, we have started our sessions right now, the steps in the shoes of rural asset manager. Well, WAS Alliance International is a multi-consortium organizational programs of working with over 100 partners worldwide. By working with NGOs and business, achieving sustainable sanitation for all in the planet. So shortly we'll be going in details of the asset management tools. But before that, as this is an online session, you know that due to power cut and internet interruptions, the session might be disturbed, but please bear with us. We will be trying to back up immediately. During these sessions, you will be seeing, next slide please. During this session, you will be observing what is, Pragati, can you go to the next slide please? We'll be observing, Pragati, can you go to the next slide? Is there any problem? Or you can go with the slides. Pragati, can you change the slide, please? Hello? Although, are you hearing me? Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, Pragati, can you change the slide, please? Who is presenting? I don't see the presentations on the screen.
She's trying to connect, Alok.
Yeah. Someone can, yeah, I know that there might have interaction of the internet and the power cut. It is an online session. Yeah, thank you. We just came back. Sorry for this interruption. As the session will progress, we'll be listening about the asset management tools and its importance. Interestingly, we'll have some quiz sessions by which we'll try to know your experience and knowledge. And importantly, we'll also be hearing from our main implementer, the local government representative, and also the community users group, their experiences. And most importantly, there will be a session on question and answer session in the middle and in the end, but it's a brief session, but you will have chance to discuss about this asset management tool and to know more about this asset management tools. You can write this question in the chat, or during the Q&A session, you can open your mic and you can speak. As it is open session, I will humbly request you all to mute your microphone while you are not talking to avoid some noises. And also you can put off your videos or put on your videos as you wish. Before going into the details of the asset management tools, let's talk about the WASH SDG program itself. Our young professional Pragati Bhattacharya is working as a communication and a support expert in Nepal. He will be taking us through about the WASH SDG program. May I request Pragati to take over and carry on?
Thank you. Apologies earlier for the slide. I will be presenting from Mingma's laptop. So I'm Pragati Bhattacharya. I work for Simavi as the Program and Communications Officer. And to introduce shortly on who we are, what we do, we're going to present a short clip. Please go ahead and present the clip. Thank you.
The WASH SDG program is a 5-year water sanitation and hygiene initiative funded by the Dutch government, which operates in 7 countries: Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Nepal, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. It is led by Simavi and implemented by Plan International, SMB, and the WASH Alliance International. So far, it has reached over 2 million people, improving access and use of water, sanitation, and hygiene facilities in households, healthcare facilities, and schools. The program continues to the end of 2022 and is part of the Dutch government's significant push towards the 2030 global goals across water, sanitation, hygiene, human rights, and the environment. There is a strong focus on providing sustainable WASH services and improving systems so they don't break or become obsolete and can be maintained and used by those that need them until better services or alternatives are put in place. The drive towards sustainability includes working with local and national governments and other stakeholders on roles and responsibilities, both during and after the program activities.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead, please, Pragati.
Thank you. Can we please move on to the next slide?
So they don't break or become obsolete.
Sorry, trying.
You can end the presentation, then can go to the slide. You will get this presentation again. You just end the presentations, then you can go again in the presentation. You will get the slides again. Pragati.
Press escape, that might work.
Yeah, or you can skip it.
Skip.
Yeah. Then you can present again.
Hold on, please.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Yeah, a few seconds they're taking for technical purpose. We'll be back soon. Yes, Prabhat, you can go to the next slide.
think it's Neil still presenting.
You can cross this the YouTube in the right side, then you can go to the presentation.
Please bear with me.
Yeah. Yes, here it is now. Go ahead, please, Prabhati.
Great, thank you. Next slide, please.
Click the next slide. Yeah.
So I'll begin. So what are we as WASH Alliance really trying to address? So collectively, us WASH Alliance are working to address the challenges to the sustainable functioning of water systems. Often this is due to lack of poor planning, lack of choice of appropriate technology, especially depending on the context, and also insufficient stakeholder involvement at various stages of the project, and also lack of maintenance. Another major challenge is the focus on infrastructure construction without really thinking through about the system that is required to ensure continuous operation and maintenance post-construction. For example, in Nepal, the government has supported in the construction of many water systems. However, only 25% of the water systems are actually fully functioning. And when we actually dig a bit deeper into the causes of these problems on why these water systems are not functioning to their optimum capacity, majority of the cases point to the lack of maintenance and operation. Next, please. So for the duration of this session, you will hear us speak a lot about assets. And for this session, when we do refer to assets, we mean assets within a water system. So this can be pipes, overhead tanks, it could be water valves, it could be water pumps, or even water meter readers. And what exactly is asset management? So asset management is a strategy to optimize the use of an asset to assure that service levels meet the needs of the users. Asset management is one of multiple critical elements needed to ensure technically and financially sustainable systems. It is also a great tool to enable informed decision-making by operators and managers. And asset management plan can also be used to develop a risk and cost-based plans for repairs, replacements, and rehabilitations. As the asset management plan contains an inventory of all the assets within a water system, risks can be identified and mitigated before that they cause a big problem within the service level. An asset management plan can also be used to develop a financially sustainable system. So we look at all the 5 different principles of FEATS and ensure that the system is running sustainably in the long run. And finally, it's also a great tool for monitoring. Thank you. Now I would like to pass it on. Next, please. So, sorry, now we will hear from a local Nepalese water system committee chairperson on the asset management tool and his view on why he thinks it's important.
Yeah, carry on, please. First 2 seconds without sound. Sound will come later. We're not getting the sound. Can you please make sure? Yeah, sound is coming. Still no sound.
It's still not visible. I think there's an option to share sound. At the top, there are 3 dots. If you press on it, there is an option called share sound.
Yeah.
On the top bar.
Prabhati, who's under not having the correct sound. Can you try? Well,
I think it's fine because there are still.
can you go to the next slide? Because of sound is not coming. Still, I don't see the presentation. Pragati is out. Yes, presentation is back. Okay. Before that, well, I think should we skip this video because of we're not getting the sound properly. But this is the Ram Bahadur Shrestha. He really is from the chairperson of the committee of religious committee in the Nepal, and he is really using this asset management tools, and he is sharing his experience. However, we can proceed due to time shortage. We cannot basically wait for a long time. We can, but dear participants, we can hear from you as well through the quiz. We can get your knowledge and experience of asset management tools. So we arrange some quiz, and today is our quiz masters is Milani and Keur. Hi, Milani and Keur. How are you there?
Yes,
So,
hello.
Yes, nice to
we're
see you
ready.
both of. These are two young professionals, ladies. They are very experts on asset management tools. I am requesting both of them to take us through in the quiz sessions. Over to you both.
Yeah, welcome everybody. We're so happy to see you at our session on asset management. We're still going to start a quiz about asset management, and me and my colleague Keir will be the quiz masters. My name is Melanie. I'm 27 years old, and I'm currently an intern at Practica Foundation. And on the other screen, you see my colleague Keir. Keir, how are you doing today?
Thank you, Melanie. I'm doing very fine. I'm Kir Pradhan. I'm from Nepal, and I'm currently an intern at CIUD Nepal. Since we've already launched just a little bit about asset management, although we had technical glitches, but I think we're all excited. So how excited are you to learn about asset management, Melanie?
I'm very much excited, Gary. Thank you. And I really hope the public is too, because right now we're really going to step into the shoes of an asset manager. We're going to experience what it's like to be an asset manager of a piped water system in Nepal or Bangladesh. And we're very curious how the public is feeling right now. If you're feeling good, please give us a thumbs up. We very much like to know. And then I think we can start the quiz. So to do this, you have to get your phone or another device, a new website or a new tab, and you go to www.menti.com. And then the code you have to fill in, it will appear in the chat. If you also can go to the next slide, please.
Next slide, please. Melanie, can you please write this Menti number?
I don't have the number right now. If someone can please put it in the chat.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the chat box.
yeah, please.
So please, everyone, try to go to www.menti.com, and you can fill in the code 68765858.
Yeah. Thank you.
And if you're still having problem entering the website or entering the code, please type in your problem in the chat box, and our colleagues will be there to help you.
Can we go to the Mentimeter slide?
Seems like we are having another technical glitch with Mentimeter. So let's just start with the quiz. So in which country are you working at in the water system? Can you please type in your answers in the chat box, or you can unmute yourselves to answer it. Oh, so the Mentimeter is working, so you can type in your answers in the menti.com.
Okay.
Sorry for the technical glitches again.
Yeah, so we can already
I
see
already
some
see. Yeah.
coming in. I
Yes.
see Bangladesh and India and Nepal.
Yes.
Many in Asia. That's really exciting.
Yes, I already see another from Netherlands and New Zealand, Zambia. Thank you for your
Mozambique and
interaction, everyone.
Yeah, Melanie, can you see that we're also having some parts in Burkina Faso, Malawi? Yeah,
Yes,
that's nice. They're also
yes.
joining.
We are very
Yeah.
thankful for everyone for participating from all over the world. Now that we have the time's up, shall we go to another slide and listen to our project leader Judith, who will describe in which countries we are active for asset management and what tools we are developing. Over to you, Judith.
Okay, so I will take over. My name is Niels Lendring. I work for Aid Environment in asset management component of the WASH SDG program. And I will show you where we're working. So the WASH Alliance is working in 3 countries on asset management. First of all, Nepal, where asset management plans are developed in a participatory manner by CIUD and supported by Lomanti for Banke and Kohalpur water supply schemes. That's where the blue arrow is pointing to. Furthermore, tool development is done by our software developer SmartTech Solutions in Nepal. Next slide, please. We work as well in Bangladesh, in the Satkhira district, where practical action facilitates asset management, planning and monitoring with the help of the tools developed in Nepal. So you see here the intervention areas in the southwest. And then next slide, we operate as well in Africa, in northern Uganda, in the Padar and Agago districts, where we provide asset management trainings, and we develop plans with the Agency for Sustainable Rural Transformation. Next slide, please. And then we have 3 partners based in the Netherlands. Simavi is doing the program management. Practica Foundation is doing the technical conceptualization and the coordination. And Aid Environment is doing institutional bedding and didactics. So what are the asset management activities which the partners are undertaking under the WASH SDG program? Next, this slide, yes. So as a starting point, if you watch at the lower left, we build capacity of local water scheme stakeholders to develop asset management plans by providing training on site. Then you see on the upper right that we monitor the plans, and the stakeholders are being supported by a mobile app and a web dashboard, which is then specifically tailored to the rural context. So you see the web dashboards up right and the Android app lower middle. So then we collect data on site on water sales and expenditure. These can be entered in this mobile app, which you see at the lower middle. And the app also allows for logging data on maintenance and water quality. All these data then are collected on site and they are displayed in this web dashboard, which compares actual data with forecasted data. Both the app and the web dashboard have been developed, taking a human-centered design process, and are currently being field tested and validated at local water schemes. And moreover, and not the least, to generally educate the water sector parties at local, regional, and national levels, we are developing an e-learning environment with videos, case studies, practical assignments, and more. So during this session today, you will see some examples of these animated videos we have developed for local level stakeholders, and you will hear a case study from this e-learning environment. So this e-learning tool you see in the slide on the left. But first, let's watch a video which provides you a quick visual overview of the tools under development. And And this is part of our e-learning. Yes, please.
Long-term sustainability of water systems. Asset management is vital to ensure long-term sustainability of water systems. To practice it systematically and effectively, it is recommended to use supporting tools. The application of software tools for asset management is not new. There are options available. However, these are usually designed from a Western perspective and can become difficult to operationalize in rural and peri-urban settings of developing countries. To address this problem, the WASH Alliance International has developed a new set of tools under the WASH SDG program. These tools include paper-based manuals and templates for developing an asset management plan, an online learning platform, a web dashboard, and an Android mobile app. The online learning platform is Moodle-based and free to enroll. It provides 3 modules: the basics of asset management for target communities and their water systems, caretakers, and water user committees; the principles of asset management monitoring and implementation for governmental and non-governmental organization field staff working directly with local communities; the development of an asset management plan and performing cost optimizations for professionals. The e-learning platform contains plain text and pictures, animated and explanatory videos, slideshows, short quizzes, case studies, practical assignments, and a paper-based serious game. A mobile app and a web dashboard support the actual monitoring of a water system's asset management plan. They have been developed together with the end users in a human-centered design process. The mobile app is for use by water systems caretakers on site. The web dashboard is meant for water systems managers and decision makers. The app and dashboard have a two-way interaction and 3 main functionalities. Finance. Data on income and expenditures can be entered in a mobile cash book. This is graphically presented in the web dashboard and allows managers to judge whether maintenance is in line with schedule and costs, and to check whether the set water tariff and other sources of income are recovering costs. Maintenance. A risk and cost-based maintenance plan can be included in the web dashboard and then executed by the caretaker through mobile maintenance notifications. Feedback from the caretaker on the actual water system failures and performed maintenance can be entered through mobile logs. Service. Data on the supplied water quantity and tested water quality can be entered through the mobile app. This allows for comparison with actual water sales and water quality standards in the web dashboard. Software tools are a must to facilitate quick data entry and analysis, but can be problematic in case of poor internet connectivity. The Word and Excel-based manuals and templates of WASH Alliance International are a reliable backup and a good source for field-based training. Interested to know more about WASH Alliance International Asset Management Tools? Please contact info@wash-alliance.org. Asset management.
Alok, please unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Just you heard, watch this video about the asset management tools and its challenges and also whole process. And now you might have some question. Please write down the question in the chat, or you can ask while you're opening the question later on. Then you can ask, or you can write in the chat. Our expert can response to this question. The challenge is the system of asset management you just watch. I hope you have more knowledge and about the challenges. May I now again request our quiz master, Keo and Melanie, to take us through to get some knowledge from the participants.
Thank you, Alok, and welcome everyone back to the quiz again. We're very happy to see you all back here. Now that we are here, that we know what type of activities Y is conducting here all over the world. And now can we look together with what type of problems we would solve with asset management? Are you ready for the first question, Melanie?
I'm ready, Gabe.
Great. Now, before we start with the problem that we might face in the water system, can we all close our eyes for a few seconds and imagine ourselves as a rural asset manager standing in front of a water system in a village? Great. Now, please open your eyes again and let's get started with the quiz.
Thank you for this introduction, Gabe. I think it really helps us feel the role of an asset manager. I hope everybody still has their menti.com still open. If not, then please once again grab your phones, go to another tab or another website and go to www.menti.com. You can enter the same code again, 687-658-58. It is also in the chat. And then I think we can start the quiz. With the first question of the quiz is, while managing a water system, what challenges do you face?
If you are having a problem logging into the Mentimeter, you can type in your answers in the chat box and our friends will help you on your behalf. We already have answers.
Yeah, somebody already answered in the chat and somebody is responding through mobile. Yeah.
Yes, we already have a lot of answers. There's lack of maintenance, community acceptance, technical knowledge. What do you think of these, Melanie?
I think there are very good answers in here. I think a lot of the people in our public already know a bit about asset management. And it's also very nice to see that everybody is participating so actively.
Yes, I already see a lot of answers coming for technical knowledge, community acceptance, and lack of water. They might be the most observed problems here and all over the world, right, Melanie?
Yeah, definitely. I think here in Nepal as well, and we heard the same about our colleagues in Bangladesh. Yeah.
But here you can see that the community acceptance, technical knowledge is more challenges coming from the different partners, different participants.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We can see that.
Yeah.
I hope through asset management's knowledge, we are able to go over these problems.
Yeah.
We have 15 more seconds.
So I think we're running out of time now.
Yes. So the time's up. You all have listed many relevant problems related to asset management. I think we might already have some asset managers here, right, Melanie?
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
So, yeah. So perhaps we are also interested to know what type of problems they are facing in Bangladesh. Please listen to Aminul Sohan, Program Manager from Practical Action, Bangladesh.
Thank you. Satkhira is a coastal district in Bangladesh. Population have increased than expectation due to the prevalence of climate migrants. As a result, water demand is increasing day by day. On the other hand, Satkhira municipality have 6 production tube wells and 3 treatment plants for the water supply, where only 1 is active. And even the water quality is not good, having the high concentration of salinity and iron. due to which the water crisis is increasing day by day. Water supply management collapsed due to the lack of proper asset management. At the same time, only 57% water tariff could be collected. So the maintenance and operational cost was getting higher than the revenue. At that situation, the idea of asset management tool and its learning materials showed the light of some hope, and it inspired the Satkhira municipality to adopt it. They could realize that the tool will be helpful to predict the problems and expenses associated with the problems. The municipality now can prepare their action plan using asset management tool. And please, next slide. So let's hear from assistant engineer of Satkhira municipality how and why they adopted asset management.
জি, আমি মোহাম্মদ মাসুদ রানা। আমি মূলত সাতক্ষীরা পৌরসভার উপসহকারী প্রকৌশলী বিদ্যুৎ। আমাদের দুইটা ওভারহেড ট্যাঙ্ক আছে, একটা 600 ঘনমিটার আর একটা 1050 ঘনমিটার। আমাদের গ্রাহক সংখ্যা আছে 10,500 প্লাস। পানির রেট আসলে আমাদের বৃদ্ধি করা দরকার। পানির রেট আমি তো 1999 সালে জয়েন করেছি, এর আগের থেকেই যে রেট অর্থাৎ পার ইউনিট 1000 লিটার পানি আমরা 5 টাকায় বিক্রি করি। আসলে এখন সবকিছুর খরচ বেড়ে গেছে, মনে করেন স্টাফদের বেতন, মেইনটেনেন্স কস্ট, সবকিছুর বেতন, বিদ্যুৎ বিল, সবকিছুই খরচ বেড়েছে, কিন্তু পানির রেট এখনো পর্যন্ত বাড়েনি বিধায় আমাদের যে পানিতে আয় আমরা লসে আছি, বেতন দিতে পারছি না, মেইনটেনেন্স ঠিক মতো করতে পারছি না। তো এই রেটটা বেশি হলে হয়তো বা আমাদের আরো সমস্যা থাকবে না। অ্যাসেট ম্যানেজমেন্ট সফটওয়্যারের মাধ্যমে যেমন আমাদের পাইপ লাইন লিকেজ হয়, মোটর নষ্ট হয়, তারপরে বিভিন্ন আইটেম যখন কোথাও পাইপ লাইন লিকেজ হয়ে গেল বা একটা মোটর নষ্ট হয়ে গেল বা একটা পাইপ লাইন কেটে গেল, এগুলি ছবির মাধ্যমে আমরা ওই অ্যাসেট ম্যানেজমেন্ট সফটওয়্যারে এটা দিতে পারি, যেটা আপনারা জানতে পারবেন। এই সফটওয়্যারটা আসলে আমাদের অনেক কাজেই লাগে। যেমন একটা মেশিন যদি আমি এখানে নিয়ে আসি নতুন, তাহলে তার একটা পিরিয়ড আছে, সে 2 বছর বা 5 বছর কি 10 বছর এটা থাকবে, তারপরে হয়তো এটা থাকবে না, নষ্ট হয়ে যেতে পারে, এর মধ্যেও নষ্ট হতে পারে, আর পরে আরেকটা নতুন লাগতে পারে। তো এই সফটওয়্যারের মাধ্যমে আমরা এটা পরবর্তী পদক্ষেপের জন্য যে আমরা এই এত বছর চলবে, তারপরে আমরা কি করব সেটা প্ল্যানিং এর মধ্যে রাখতে পারি, এবং আমরা একটা রুটিন চেক আপের মধ্যে এটা রাখতে পারি যে এটা নষ্ট হতে পারে, এটা এই হতে পারে, ও হতে পারে, এটা এতদিন পরে এটা মেরামত করতে হতে পারে। এর জন্য যে সিস্টেমগুলি আছে, এই সিস্টেমগুলো এর থেকে আসলে আমরা পেতে পারি।
Yeah, we just heard about
Yeah.
asset management experiences from Satkhira municipality. Thanks to Minul and Masud Rana. Asset management tools also have some risk, and we will be listening or getting some experience from conversation from Ali and Anita from an animated video, which is also developed for e-learning. We get more knowledge on this failure of asset management, why it is failed basically. Can you please play the video?
Ali, causes of failures can vary considerably. One of the key causes of the failure of a system is the design failure. For example, choosing the wrong size of the pipes to bear water pressure. Incorrect installation. Let's say, few of the parts inside the water system are not installed properly. They may break or stop functioning over time. Another reason can be intensive use of parts within the water system. Bolts get loosened, some assets wear and tear over time, and may not be replaced with the new ones. This can also lead to failure of the water system. The use of components of low quality affects the overall performance of the system and can lead to its failure as well. Sometimes, failure happens due to the lack of regular inspection, maintenance, and cleaning. Lack of regular inspection, maintenance, and cleaning of unwanted dust, dirt, and moisture may deteriorate the system. It is similar to a human not bathing regularly or grooming themselves. Even water systems require maintenance and grooming, Ali.
Oh, I see. This seems interesting and very obvious. Wow, I have never thought like that.
Yes, Ali. But not all causes behind failures are caused by man. Some happen due to extreme natural conditions for which an asset is not fit. For example, overheating, dust storms, lightning, or earthquakes. It can also happen due to unwanted visits from animals like mice and insects. Or it can also happen due to humans like vandalism or theft. Depletion and deterioration of the water sources can also lead to failure. This can be caused by excessive use of water, deforestation, construction of roads, and climate change. Lack of maintenance that lowers the service level of the water system, such as the pressure of the pump, can also lead to failures of the water system.
Oh, that's true. This is so easy to understand. You are so smart, Anita.
Ali,
Thank you very much. We just heard about this video, and that talks about lots of constraint and causes of failures. This video has been prepared for the community users group, and you will get it in the e-learning. Now, Melanie and Kyo, do you think that we shall also get more idea from the participants and to get their knowledge? May I request you to go to the quiz questions to get their knowledge as well?
Yes, welcome back, everyone. What did you think of the video we just watched, Keir?
I think the video gives very beautiful insights or an overview of the problems that we have and what the communities encountered here in Nepal. I think it's very recognizable.
Yeah, exactly. And I think our colleagues in Bangladesh can recognize these problems as well. It really shows how much tools such as asset management are necessary for sustainability of a water system. So what do you say? Shall we dive into the next question?
Yes, that's a very good plan.
Great. So if everybody can please go back to menti.com. We're still using the same Menti code. Remember, if you have any difficulties, it's never too late to ask for technical support in the chat. And then we have the next question on the screen. Which preventative measures would you undertake to have a well-maintained water systems? And you can choose between the options that you see below.
Can you also open this Menti so that they can answer from the mobile? Yeah, already you'll get it in the mobile phone. You can also answer from there.
So we have options here. Sign a service level agreement, determine a water tariff with water users, make an asset inventory, conduct an asset risk assessment, and develop a maintenance plan with the regular inspection activities. Please scroll to the level you think it needs importance.
So your participants think every aspect is important, and mainly the one to determine the water tariff for the water users, and develop a maintenance plan with regular inspection activities. Those seems to be the most important.
I also see conducting a asset risk management as importance here. I think it's because of our learning just from the slide. What do you think, Melanie?
Yeah.
We have 30 seconds now, everyone.
I think it's nice to see how everybody's actively participating and how our public seems to think all of the aspects are important, which I very much agree with.
Yes. So we stop our time here now, and we hope we all have learned so much about the important steps in asset management. Now let's dive deeper and hear about asset management plans, process, and approaches. Let's listen to Sudarshan, Acting Executive Director from CIUD Nepal.
Thank you, Melanie and Keir. Well, after we gave you this short insight of what is AM plan and how it is, what is the rationalization of the the need of the AM plan for the rural water supply system. Now I would like to give you some idea about how we prepare the AM plan based on the experiences of making 3 AM plans in Nepal. We with the Y partners have prepared this in Nepal. Well, first of all, we begin with identify the water supply systems with the problems, the system with technical problems or the financial problems or both problems or issues, so that may lead to the higher risk of failures. Then we hold inception meetings with the water use committee members, and we inform them, and we also try to get consent from them to prepare one. Prepare one AM plan. Then we form a team and provide them the orientation and trainings and all the necessary guidances. Of course, we, the Y partners, are also in the team, making sure that the AM plan is well prepared. The first thing, as soon as we prepare the team information, after the team information is, the first thing we do is we conduct the situational analysis of the system. This includes, what are the primary concerns, primary, reasons behind the failure, whether it's technical or social or administrative or financial or all. Then, and then we, after the situation analysis, we try to assess the primary, the data. And based on that, we conduct a detailed assessment of the water supply system. That includes the preparation of the inventory of physical components and all those components, physical components like pump motor or the pipes or the water tanks or treatment units. And we also prepare the assessment of the. We also prepare the inventory of the physical components which are also related with the water supply system. And the second thing we do is, based on the asset inventory, we conduct a risk assessment of all the possible failures and possible risks, and consequently its effect in the service. We have developed a risk matrix of the probability of the failure and probability of the cause of the risks, and also the degree of its effect in the system. And then we, meanwhile, we also collect the preliminary data about the financial information, about what are the expenditures, what are the income for the particular year, and we try to prepare the first analysis of the financial aspect of the water supply system, and then we, after the risk assessment, the first thing we do is we prepare a comprehensive maintenance plan for about 15 years. And this includes, the maintenance. We also try to address how to minimize the risks, and so that it will subsequently minimizes the operation cost, right? So this is how we prepare the maintenance plan. And then, meanwhile, we also determine the service level, and also making sure that the water supply system also ensure the water quality, and it's also tariff and everything. Then we, as you know, that one of the major sources of income in Nepal is in water supply systems in Nepal is water tariff. So we fix the water tariff, we review the water tariff, and make sure that water tariff generates enough sources for the maintenance plan and maintenance costs. And then we also then we make a prepare a comprehensive financial model for about 15 years. This as you have already shown the how the maintenance costs and the expenditures and income goes in a parallel, or whether there are differentiations. I mean, we make sure that the income is sufficient to make sure that it covers all the expenses, whether it's technical or administrative expenses, so that it will be the water use committee members are enabled to manage all types of maintenance, whether it's minor maintenance or major maintenances. So this way, after the after all this documentation, we prepare a comprehensive asset management plan for water supply system as a reference, and based on which they ensure the sustainability and long-term functionality of the water supply system in Nepal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sudarshan sir, for taking us through the whole planning process of the assessment management tools, and it's very important. And you mentioned about the water tariff system, cash flow, and maintenance accounts. These are also part of planning process of the asset management tools. Let's hear from our one of the participants of the training, Bhagavati Sreshta from Lubu Drinking Water Supply. how she is really experiencing on managing accounts through these asset management tools. Let's listen from her experience, Bhagavati's sister.
हामीले चाहिँ 2 दिनको ट्रेनिङ लिएका थियौं अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ एएमपी भनेको के हो फाइनान्शियल र मेन्टेनेन्सलाई सँगसँगै कसरी लैजाने भनेर चाहिँ हामीले त्यसबाट चाहिँ सिक्यौं एसेट म्यानेजमेन्टको ट्रेनिङ दिनु भएकोमा चाहिँ हामीले कति खर्च गर्नुपर्छ र कति खर्च गर्ने हो भनेर त्यसको चाहिँ पहिला नै अब कति हुन सक्छ भनेर चाहिँ हामीले हिसाब राख्नु पर्छ भन्ने चाहिँ थाहा भयो कुन शीर्षकमा कति खर्च हुन्छ भनेर चाहिँ हामीले पहिला नै हिसाब गर्यो भने हिसाब गरी राख्यो भने चाहिँ पछि हामीलाई त्यही अनुसारले खर्च गर्दै जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ एकदम सजिलो हुन्छ भन्ने चाहिँ मैले बुझे हामीले ट्रेनिङको दोस्रो दिनमा चाहिँ डाटा इन्ट्री कसरी गर्ने भनेर सिक्यौं अनि त्यसको साथसाथै आम्दानी र खर्चको आधारमा चाहिँ हामीले पहिलाको आर्थिक वर्षमा चाहिँ कति खर्च भएको छ त्यही अनुसारले त्यसैको आधार मानेर चाहिँ यो वर्षमा हामीले कति खर्च गर्न सकिन्छौं भनेर चाहिँ हामीले यो ट्रेनिङबाट चाहिँ मैले सिकेँ अहिलेलाई चाहिँ ट्यारिफमा चाहिँ सुरुमा हामीले युनिटमा चाहिँ यति युनिटको यति रकम यति युनिटको यति रकम भनेको चाहिँ हिसाब ठीक छ हैन त्यो चाहिँ ठिकै छ अर्को चाहिँ अब गर्दै जाउँ हैन अहिले हामीले सुरु गर्दै छौं अब त्यसको बीचमा चाहिँ अब केही हामीलाई नबुझेको कन्फ्युज भएको छ भने चाहिँ हामी बुझौँला पछि चाहिँ
Thanks. This is experience from Nepal. We got how she is really managing accounts. Meanwhile, you have learned something from asset management tools, and perhaps you have some questions and such questions in your mind, and we can spend 5 minutes time for answering your very quick question. Please, you can unmute yourself and ask the specific question, or you can write your question in the chat. We will be spending 5 minutes more on this question and answer session. Now, floor is open for the participants. Please ask your question, or you can write in the chat.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that was a very nice presentation. Thank you for that. So I would like to know what you're doing to involve communities and make them participate in this and to take out the stigma from them and make them participate.
Thank you for your questions. Sudarshan, can you answer this question as you are in close to implementation?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the question, Rohini. Well, actually, in Nepal, we have, especially for the community-based water supply systems, they are operated by the water use committee members. They are, community-based water supply systems. So they have, there are people from different backgrounds, and including the chairperson and everybody, and members, and also some technical persons as well, and including caretakers. So during the process of making AM plan, we actually sit with them. Provide them the initial informations and orient them, and they also make sure that they are the one who are in the front line in understanding things and compiling the information and putting data into the system. And at the time of need, we will be there for the technical support, but they are the ones who actually this is the way we ensure the strong participation in making AM plan. Thank you, Rohini.
Thank you, Sudarshan, and thank you, Rohini. And I saw that Partho has raised a hand. Partho, can you please?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Partho, working in Bangladesh as a program coordinator with DOR. So my question is that asset management, do we need a particular capacity for managing this tool, apps, or whatever this thing? And is it possible for the local government institutions to manage it? I mean, at the rural level. about the capacity and
Yeah,
knowledge.
thank you. I got your questions. Yes, so we have some system of capacity building and training. Of course, in-person training, also e-learning training. Especially our partners, Y partners, Practica Foundations and their alliances, they have developed training modules and can provide training to the local government. And in our WASH Alliance area, they have already provided training, and also they have options for e-learnings as well. So, and also we can get more information from my colleagues Nels, and also I'm going to Nels with another question. Nels, how can I get access to these asset management tools? And also part of this previous question. Nels, can you enlighten a bit?
Yes, Alok, I'll be short because we're moving on. So these are all free tools. So it's open source, and it can be spread, and you can get some information from the email address, which was just mentioned in the chat by Selma, and which we'll show at the end as well.
Also, we are also developing the manual and the asset management manual that can be tailored or customized based on the type of water supply system. So that can be followed by the Water Use Committee in making one. So soon we are going to publish the manual.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions from anybody? You can unmute and you can ask the question, or you can write in the chat. We have few 1 minute left for our question and answer session. Yeah, okay. Then I think we have got some questions from the participants, and even we will get more chance at the end of this session. Therefore, you will please keep your questions on chat or in your mind. You can ask in the later. We can move into the second next video. Is a service level agreement. As you know, the service level agreement is very important for asset management tools, and this video has been also developed for e-learning platform. Let's hear from this video. Yeah, please.
Term called asset management triangle. The asset management triangle consists of the service level envisioned, the risk accepted, and the agreement on expenditures for the water system. These three components should be in balance and should get the same weight in decision making.
Can all these be balanced?
It is important to clarify that not always a higher service level will be more beneficial for the water system. Let's give you an example. Community X can demand a high service level, let's say 24 hours per day supply, no longer downtimes than 12 hours. This can result in high costs but low risk of failure. They should accept this in their service level agreement with the operator. Alternatively, Community Y can decide to go for a low service level, let's say accept just 4 hours per day supply and longer downtimes. In that sense, they accept the involved risks, and this will in return result in lower water prices. In both examples of communities X and Y, the triangle is in balance. However, in the operational phase, one component might receive more importance over the other, leading to asymmetries of attention. For example, if the community agreed on a high service level, but there is no adequate skilled caretaker maintaining the system, due to this, the operator has no means of performing proper preventive or inspection-based maintenance, and thus the risk of failure is increased. It is important to note that the relations between the three components are not completely linear. For example, a decrease in expenditure does not necessarily mean a direct reduction in service level, but the likeliness of that happening does increase.
That makes sense. There is a whole theory and application behind it. Interesting.
Thank you for watching this video and this service level agreement. You watch that a lot of stakeholders are involved in this service level agreement. I think our quiz masters, are you ready, Milani and Kevu? Can you please get some knowledge from the participants by your quiz? on stakeholders and service level agreement.
Thank you, Alok. We have already learned a lot about service levels and we will be participating in the service level agreement. Now let's hear from our participant. What about it, Melanie? Do you think we can head to the question?
Yes, let's continue with the next question. Please, everyone, get your phones or other devices ready for the Mentimeter again. Our team is still available for any technical questions on the Mentimeter.
So the next question is, which stakeholder would you involve when setting up a service level agreement?
I see some answers coming in.
Yeah.
Yes, we have community leaders, water users, local communities, people representatives. We have a lot of answers on community, right, Melanie?
Yes, and I also see NGOs and the governments. A lot of very different answers.
Yes. Women and as they fetch water. Yes, that's a very genuine answer. Thank you for that answer.
Yes, I also think it's very interesting, like our public really thinks of every level of stakeholders, like governments, but also local people.
Yes. We have already learned about this too, just before. So I think it has been helpful for everyone here. So I also see municipality, mayor, and a local government, local leaders.
Yeah,
I think
community leadership
highest
is
vote is
also
for
part of-
community leaders.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have 30 seconds remaining. Everyone.
Yeah, it's great to see so many answers. It's a lot of stakeholders to think of when you set up a surface level agreement.
Yes. So you've listed a lot of stakeholders that would be involved in service level agreement and the time's up. So now let's explain how we executed a participatory approach in asset management and hear from local stakeholder how they are appreciating it. Please listen to Rabi Moharjan from Nepal. Could you go to the next slide, please, and play the video?
Yes. Yeah.
यो एसेस म्यानेजमेन्टले हामीलाई अस्तिको यहाँहरूको सहयोगले 2 दिन तालिम जुन हामीले लिएका थियौं त्यो तालिमबाट हामीले के सिक्यौं भन्देखि हाम्रो खानेपानीलाई चाहिँ नै स्ट्रगल पिरियड देखि पछि निरन्तर पछिसम्म गइराख्नको लागि यो एसेस म्यानेजमेन्टले धेरै सहयोग गर्ने भएको छ र हामीलाई एकदम उपयुक्त छ। कसरी भन्देखि जस्तै मेन्टेनेन्सको कुरा भयो, मेन्टेनेन्समा चाहिँ नि हामीले चाहिँ नि कुन ठाउँमा के भइरहेको छ जसले पनि हाम्रो सञ्चालक समितिका सदस्यहरूलाई जसले पनि ठ्याक्क अपलोड गर्ने बित्तिकै हाम्रो प्रशासन लेभलमा आउने साथसाथै त्यो कुनै पनि एउटा सामग्री उपकरण मेसिनको कुरा भयो, पम्पहरूको कुरा भयो, पम्पहरूको कुरा आयु कति हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा हामी बुझ्नै नचाहेको देखिन्छ। अब यसले चाहिँ ए पम्पहरूको पनि आयु बुझ्नुपर्ने रहेछ र त्यो आयुसम्ममा हामीले फाइनान्शियल म्यानेजमेन्ट कसरी गर्ने भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो एसेस म्यानेजमेन्टले चाहिँ नि हामीलाई चाहिँ नि सिकाएको र यो बुझ्नुपर्ने भन्ने कुरा यसबाट हामीलाई थाहा भयो। अर्को कुरा भनेको हामीहरूले जुनसुकै स्तरमा राम्रोसँग काम गरे तापनि यो एसेस म्यानेजमेन्टको नियमलाई फलो गर्दै जाने हो भने जुन तपाईहरुले ट्रेनिङमा दिनु भएको देखाउनु भएको ड्राफ्ट छ त्यो ड्राफ्ट चाहिँ नि हेर्दाखेरि हाम्रो त अहिले एकदम न्यून दयनीय अवस्थामा जान सक्छ। यसलाई विशेष फोकस गर्नुपर्छ भने त्यो ड्राफ्टले पनि हामीलाई देखाउँछ।
You just heard about engineers' experiences, the local government's experiences, and also the leaders' experiences. Now we can get some experiences from the users committee. This is an audio recording from the users committee, what they feel about this asset management tool. Please play the audio recording.
It's the story of Miss Bindu Gautam, a resident of Baidyanath Rural Municipality in Nepal. My primary source of water is a communal water tap located 30 minutes from my house. Previously, there was a water tap near my house, but due to leakages, the water distribution was not regular and the deteriorating quality of water made it unsafe for drinking. Because of this, none of my community members have paid for the undrinkable water that was being supplied. We were tired of the situation and were unsure who we should ask for help. Coincidentally, WASH Alliance International was conducting an orientation program on asset management. A program was held in the presence of the representatives from the member organization of the WASH Alliance International, the mayor, deputy mayor, ward chairperson of local government, and members of the community, along with the board members of the Water User Committee. I was also invited to the meeting as a representative of the community's women's group. We learned that the first step to ensuring a sustainable operation is to develop an asset management plan. While developing the AMP, we discussed our service level expectations, annual income and expenditure, water tariff rates, and assets in our water supply system. After including all the information, the asset management plan was finalized. In any of the projects that were previously implemented, we, the community local members, did not have any chance to voice our opinion. But this project and its approach are different because they have a participatory and inclusive approach. We not only discussed plans at the community level, but our feedback was also valued and plans were revised accordingly. The financial part of the project was also transparent, so it was easier for the water user community to ask for funds from the local government, and it was also easier for the community to question any wrongdoings of the water user community. I think the AMP has not only helped in making the drinking water supply system sustainable, but it has also helped the water user community become responsible and transparent about their action and future plans.
Thanks. It's a nice experience from the users committee, and this is the final quiz question. Our quiz masters are ready. As you heard that a lot of bottlenecks, and that has to be removed, and national level government is also has a role on that. And through these questions, we can get some more information from you, please, Melanie and Kyo. I think you are ready for the last quiz questions. Over to
Thank
Melanie.
you, Alok. We are very ready for the last question. After hearing about the enthusiasm of Water User Committee of Lubu Water Supply Scheme, Nepal, and the municipality of Saktira in Bangladesh, during this session, I have learned a lot of questions on what kind of problem I might have to deal while at national level. So do you have such questions too, Melanie?
Yes, I also have a few concerns. Let's first hear what the public thinks of problems they might face while setting up an asset management plan. So we have arrived at the last question of this quiz. Is the public still with us? I heard that our chat was earlier disabled, but now it's possible again. So please let us know either by thumbs up or in the chat if you are still excited for the asset management quiz.
Yes, it works and it comes to our mobile.
So that's great. So let's step into the shoes of an asset manager one last time. I hope you are ready for the next question. Please open Mentimeter again.
So the final question is, if you were a part of National Governmental Water Department, what structural bottlenecks would you need to solve to introduce AMP? We already have a lot of answers here.
Yeah.
So there's lack of capacity at local government level, lack of district performance monitoring. What do you think of this, Melanie?
Yeah, I very much agree with our public. These can be real bottlenecks, I think.
I think I found a very interesting one comment. No interest in long-term solutions at government, rather interested in new construction. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't see the questions up here, but I think
I
there's
think
definitely
even in Nepal and most of the developing countries, we seek to rather new constructions rather than going for a long-term solution, as one of our participants has mentioned here in the answers. So we have 30 seconds more for the answers.
Yeah, please.
And the time's up.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for all of your answers.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
now let's continue with the final part of the presentation, in which our country coordinator for Nepal, Migma, will present our ways of dealing with these challenges.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Melanie and Kyo, for good quiz questions. Over to Mingma. You can continue.
Thank you. I'm Mingma Sherpa. I'm the country coordinator for the WASH Alliance International here in Nepal. So I'm going to share some of our experiences with the asset management tool application. So one of the gaps, that prominent gap that we have noticed is and observed is the limited knowledge and capacities at different levels, starting from the water and sanitation user committees to local governments, including the line department, the Department of Water Supply and Sewerage. I think that's it's almost similar in the case of Bangladesh. So the knowledge and capacities are limited. And if you go to the water supply systems, there are no mechanisms as such to keep, keep inventories of assets. So I think so. So as part of our validations, where we have done 2 validations in Nepal, we had to do right from scratch. So in terms of the advocacy strategy that we are looking forward to do, which we have already been some of it which we have already been implementing, is I think is to generate mass awareness on the need for asset management. And I think especially that there could be a buy-in if we could link it with the functionality and sustainability of systems. So I think as my previous speakers have mentioned, I think functionality and sustainability of systems is a major concern here in Nepal and in our neighboring countries as well. And there is a need to build capacity of a lot of asset management process facilitators. And these includes, so basically municipal wash focal points, consultants, water sanitation user committees, and also we're thinking about empowering and building capacity of our Y partners itself. So that's one of the studies that we're taking. In terms of the linkages, we're trying to link up with other programs, other similar programs focused on safe water sanitation and hygiene here in Nepal. And also, I think there's a need to develop a lot of evidence, validate as many cases as possible, and demonstrate that the outcomes of the asset management plan is sort of integrated into the improvement of water supply systems. So that's how I think we could build specific cases. And of course, there's a need to lobby and advocate with the local and regional government to support implementation of asset management plans. Next, please. So I think so you have through the different cases, through different speakers. Yeah. So just to summarize on the asset management tool. So as my colleagues have explained, so it's a participatory stepwise tool to develop an asset management plan for water supply systems. So by looking at the potential risks and preparing cost-based plans for repairs, replacements, and rehabilitations. So it actually guides the service provider, or in our case here in Nepal, it's mostly the water and sanitation user committees to plan for a long-term sustainable operation of the system. And also asset management is by assessing the cost and revenue streams. So mainly so when we say revenue streams, mainly it's looking at the tariff and optimizing on the different assets that's existing. So the tool actually generates a long-term funding strategy. And as I said, just to reiterate further, it improves the functionality and long-term sustainability of water supply systems and services. Thank you. Over to
Thank you,
Arvind.
Mingma, for giving a good summary and also what's the importance of advocacy and asset management tools. I think meanwhile, our participant has got knowledge about the asset management tools, and we have a very short time. Still, we can spend 3 minutes time on last moment question from any participants. Please raise your question in the chat, or also directly you can ask the question through unmute yourself, then ask the questions.
So, Arvind, if you allow, I will answer to Sayani's question.
Yes, please go ahead.
So our experience here, so we are really working with small and medium-sized water and science user committees. So often their voices are not heard. But we, at the same time, we're also working with the Federation of Drinking Water Supply and Sanitation User Committees. So these, together, they are quite powerful. So, and there we're working with municipal chapters, district chapters, and that's how, like the issues are advocated and goes up to the national level. So yeah, there have been agendas that have been taken forward through these through the Federation of we in brief we call them the Fedwasan. So they are quite vocal and their voices are heard. But as you have rightly pointed out, yes, the approach is to work on a bottom-up approach to influence policy and also the governance. Yeah, so to a certain extent at the local level, we have been successful on that.
Okay. Thank you, Mingma. I see a question from Katerina. Why don't you take the floor and ask your question, Katerina Fonseca?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for this nice explanation on how to put in practice asset management tools. So I'm just wondering how long is it taking more or less from the initial meeting, sensitization of local governments, communities, or utilities to then training and implementation, just to have an idea of the time frame. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Mingma, are you answering these questions? Or how long it takes?
Sudarshan,
Sudarshan, you can answer that question.
Yes. Actually, it depends on the the strength of the water use committee members. Sometimes like some of the challenges that we have faced is in some cases the water supply system don't have any recorded information. So in that case, we have to compile the the primary data first. But in some cases, they do have. So in such case, we instantly prepare. We proceed with making the AM plan. So it's basically it's like after sensitization to the water use committee and to the local government and other key stakeholders, we start to prepare. Based taking some analysis of the financial part, also preparation of the inventory and risk assessment. It takes about like 3 to 4 weeks to make a comprehensive. If everything goes well smoothly, then it's about 2 to 3 weeks we prepare an asset management plan. In some cases, it took more than that. In some cases, we took less than that, based on what is the primary information that we have already. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sudarshan. I think our time is almost to have consumed. Can you go to the next slide? We're going to closing of this session. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, next slide is basically who are the partner. Yeah, you have seen that these are the partners we are implementing this asset management tools. Water Alliance International, as it's a consortium of 9 partners. Then Practica Foundation is part of that, and also others, UCMAVI, AFSR, Smart Tech, Practical Action, Lumenthi, Center for Integrated Urban Development, Aid Environment, and these are the and Smart Tech Solution. These are the basically partners who are involved in developing and implementing these asset management tools. If for your if you need more information, you can also contact info@wash-alliance.org in this email. You will get your required number of required answers from that our colleagues. Before ending, would anybody like Nels would like to say something from your end? Then we can conclude the session.
Well, maybe just that it's not the email address that is on the presentation, but the one that is in the chat. That is the one that should be used for any questions or interest.
Okay, and selma.hilgersum and at simabi.nl, you can also use this form. So really, we are overwhelmed by your participations from the different countries. Really is encouraging for us. I hope this session at least provide you some idea how asset management tool is, how we can really include and implement this asset management tools in your water or sanitation system. This really will be helpful for us, and I really appreciate. And I also appreciate the World Water Organizing Committee for allowing us to share our experience, and also all colleagues. I really, on behalf of Water Alliance International, I thanks to you all for your good cooperations and participation to make this presentation fruitful and useful for all. Thank you very much. See you again in the next session someday else. Thank you very much.